There you have it. Yes, the Muppets did do a sitcom.
My ex-girlfriend used to call me Gonzo. I can't imagine why.
Was her name Camilla?
She always stood around the corner and said, okay, let's do it.
I wonder what's on the tube.
Welcome back.
Thank you for being a friend.
What you talking about, Willis?
You are a meathead.
Nothing for you.
Don't touch that dial. Adjust those bunny ears, because what time is it, Jay?
It's time to see if I could play a record album with my nipple. No?
Well, besides that,
that'd be a hell of a record scratch. It's time for Sitcom My Face theme song edition, baby.
Yes.
We have now covered 30 different sitcoms, and we're going to kind of go through, discuss the music, not only that opens the show, but you said you want to discuss a little bit of the stings and all that kind of shit as well.
Mm-hmm. What makes a good TV sitcom theme song? What to you? What are the elements?
Right. So, is it how catchy the song is?
I think that's part of it.
Is it the longevity? Is it the, we talked about something like the Addams Family. They've been using the same fucking song for what, 60 years?
Yeah.
Something like that. Sometimes these songs are just so good, they know not to mess with them. But,
Right.
we also discussed the difference between an instrumental theme
Correct.
and a little ditty with some words, a little jingle.
Yeah, and here's the other thing with the words. You could have, like you said, a little ditty, a little thing. Some of them have nothing to do with the show. Some of them have a bit more to do with the show, and some of them are basically a story song.
Some tell you what the show's about. Yeah, some tell you exactly what the show's about.
Exactly.
Some are actual just hits that they were like, hey, pop that bitch into my theme song.
Yep.
Now, do you prefer the instrumental, or do you prefer, I guess we'll find out, but do you prefer outright a little, a verse or two?
You see, it I don't think either one matters as long as it's, as you said, catchy, memorable. Like where, like you said, Addams Family, you say that, I got it going through my head now.
That's the thing I wanted to test, is I want to see. I purposefully did not go through and re-listen to any of these because I want to see if I remember them just off the old noodle here. And, it's often a very lubricated noodle, so who fucking knows? I might have washed all these bitches right out of my head.
Daddy, can I have lubricated noodles for dinner?
Yes, Timmy, you may. Boo, woo, oh shit! Oh shit!
Haha, Chris Hansen. No,
So yeah, I am interested to see if I remember these. And I'm sure there's a few I'm gonna go. We watched that? No, there was a song in there.
And here's a funny thing too. In re-listening to some of these for me, it's like, wow, that was actually a good song. Why don't I remember some of the songs? Like, why are they less memorable, but they're good songs?
So we're gonna kind of do like a tier list. We're gonna go in. We're gonna draw out. Here's my plan. We're gonna take turns.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm drawing for you, unless you have a very long arm. Can you reach from Jersey to Michigan? And if so, watch where those fingers go, mister.
Hey, now.
I'm going to draw out 2 shows for each turn. You're going to pick one of the songs to sing for us, and as am I.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to discuss both and put them into our little tier here, okay?
And
so would you like to go first?
When you say sing, you're also talking about possibly humming because if it's instrumental.
Humming or, yeah. We're going to do as best
whistling.
we can.
There is whistling out there.
Or see if we remember them at all.
There we go.
So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll try it.
All right, I'm going to draw out 2 here for you, okay?
Okay.
What we got? All right. Here's your 2. You ready?
Okay. First,
you can choose between the Andy Griffith Show theme song
or
that 80s show theme song.
Okay. Andy Griffith.
Okay.
Now,
good choice.
Let me say, yeah, I was going to say good choice.
Yeah. That's very good. Very memorable theme song.
Yes.
Just a whistle. How classic is that? A whistle, and everybody knows that song.
Correct. Yeah, as soon as you hear it, but again, if you listen to the thing, also take it without the announcer going, "The Andy Griffith Show, starring Andy Griffith." With Don Knotts. It's like,
what does he say? Does he
say
say Ron Howard?
Take that part out, and if you just hear that whistling, you know it's Andy Griffith Show.
And while we're in shameless plug territory, make sure you check out Mayberry Man. There might be a recognizable fat man in there. It's a movie based on The Andy Griffith Show. So,
there we go.
Where do we put on this list? Usually you do the tier list. They have the S tier and all that shit. I find that shit too confusing. So I'm doing A, B, C, D, F, just like you were in grade school. Okay.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. So let's actually go through what we were saying about qualifications.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it catchy?
Oh yeah.
Hell yes.
Has it lasted
memorable?
the test of time? Yes.
Yes. It stands the test of time. Does it tell you anything about the show? Other than the announcer saying, it's the Andy Griffith Show? No. But you know what? Hearing that whistling gives you that sort of small town feeling that, like, oh yeah, you're in Mayberry. You're gone fishing.
And you think we should both agree on these? I think that's the better way to go, right?
Yes, I think so. Okay. So,
what is your first thought? Where should it go? A, B, C, D, or F?
I'm leaning towards B, I would think. It's not the best, but hell yeah, it hits on all the qualifications.
I 100% agree. I think Andy Griffith can very comfortably sit there in the B tier. All right, so then that 80s show was the other one we drew here. You don't have to sing that one unless you really want to. Yeah. But
okay, that 80s show, here's what I remember. The song sounded very 80s like. The lyrics were basically we're living in the 80s, we're living in the 80s. It's like, okay.
Hey guys, you remember the 80s? Do you remember the 80s, guys? Hey, whoa, over here. Don't look at a better show. Don't look at a better show. Over here, guys. Do you remember the 80s, guys? Guys, don't watch the 70s show. Don't watch Night Court. No, remember over here. Remember the 80s, guys?
Yeah, that is basically what it is. It's just like, hey, let's try to make the most 80s generic sounding song we can.
Yeah.
Remind people that it's about the 80s.
And remind me, was that one written for the show or was that a real song? I forget.
I believe
we did discuss that. If you do want a little more in depth on some of these songs, listen to the episodes covering the shows, because I think 9 times out of 10 we pretty much talk about the theme song.
Yes.
Maybe 1 or 2 we forgot if they weren't that interesting.
Memorable. But yeah, I believe that was for the show. I think it's is it catchy? Is it memorable? No. Well, there's not much to remember about it, because I can't tell you exactly the thing. I know it sounds 80s like, and the lyrics are basically living in the 80s.
And the fact that it's so short and they knew it wasn't worth spending much time on, I feel like.
Yes.
I'm okay with putting this at F, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's like, me growing up in the 80s, I almost put it in D, because there's some really bad ones also.
That's true. There are worse. We want to go D? We can do D.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the D tier.
It's like D to D minus.
All right. Yep. Feeling you. All right. Those weren't too hard to argue about yet.
Nope.
Let's see what we got next here. All right, my turn.
What do you get from the magic hat? Not the beer, but the actual hat.
All right, I drew living single.
Ooh.
And, wow, these are both kind of hard for me. 8 simple rules.
I say go for the first one.
Let me just say, I don't fucking remember what the 8 Simple Rules theme song is.
I had to replay it for myself
It's just
earlier.
like a little ditty where they're standing outside the door or some shit. And it's just like,
everyone's coming to the door.
So I'm definitely not singing that. No. And the living single theme, God, it was just kind of like, we are living single, like me and my girls or some shit like
in
that.
In a 90s type of world.
No, oh yeah,
I'm
90s
glad
type
I got
of world.
my girls.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
that was Queen Latifah.
Yes.
Who starred
One of the
on the
stars of
show.
the show is also a recording
Was she the
artist.
only vocal on there? I think she was.
I believe so.
Okay, so if you did watch it recently, can you give me at all the 8 Simple Rules theme again?
I watched it recently and I couldn't tell you what I just remember I listened to it and I'm like, wow, another reason why it's like at the bottom of our list. It is
okay. So you revisited it and still can't remember it. I don't remember really what the music.
Ago, I listened to it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Less than an hour ago, I listened to it. I can't remember it. I just remember it's like, So
is 8 Simple Rules going to go into the F tier?
That is our first F tier, my friend.
All right. Yep. Just the fact that, again, if we didn't care enough to remember it.
And, yeah,
all right,
I
and
don't
then
know who actually, if we stopped 20 people on the street, besides them saying, like, leave me alone, they if we asked them, do you remember first 8 Simple Rules? You might get one, maybe?
Every single person I've ever brought that show up to, there's only 2 things I ever hear. Isn't that when John Ritter died? And, oh, I remember Kaylee Cuoco was hot.
Yeah, but those are pretty much the only things people do remember about that show. It's like, oh yeah, young Kaylee Cuoco and John Ritter died. It's like, okay. Oh yeah, Katie Seagal was on there too, right? It's like, yeah.
No, nobody calls her Katie Seagal. They just call her Peg Bundy. No one knows her name besides
true.
us.
That's true.
I've never met anyone besides you who knows her actual name. Everyone just says Peg Bundy or Leela.
Yes, Leela too.
All right, so living single though.
Oh, by the way, Diggs BTW7 says, "Hey, what's up, G?"
Hey, what's happening, man? What? Where would you put living single though?
Living single, it's weird. Like, I like the song, but let's go through the qualifications again. Is it catchy? Yeah, it's got a groove. Is it as catchy as, say, The Addams Family? No.
I'm going to throw out a C for me.
And I was just going to say, I think this is our first C.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, it's like, we have yet to hit our A's.
All right, you ready to go for your next turn?
I'm ready.
What are we getting? Ooh, it's wet. It's sticky.
Boy.
It's wet and sticky, baby. Let's feel it.
Ooh.
Let's feel it.
I don't remember the theme song to Wet and Sticky.
That'll be the name of my sitcom. This is an appropriate one for you. I don't know which one you're going to choose, though.
Oh, okay.
Your choices are Amos and Andy.
Oh, boy.
And Everybody Loves Raymond.
Okay, I'll go with Everybody Loves Raymond because I watched the hell out of that show. I will say this about Amos and Andy. It's a very old style sound. It has a radio theme song sound because that's where the show was born, on radio.
And I remember we commented that it's very similar, even in the visuals, to the Honeymooners opening.
Very true. Very true. But versus...
Do you remember it, though?
It's like, I remember it's like a lot of...
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah. That's pretty much what I remember, but I don't... I wouldn't be able to sing you the thing. I just know there's a lot of in there.
Right.
But Raymond, It's now we also went over how Raymond, they changed theme songs at times, but there was one song that went through the whole series, which was the original theme song, which was
Did you read the article that I posted on our Facebook page, facebook.com/sitcommyface, if you're interested? I posted an article, and it was actually talking about the reason they did their opening the way they did is like when they're doing like the conveyor belt or whatever, and he's like, "This is my wife and my brother, and this is the kids, but it's not about them." Right. And they said that was a very specific way, a very specific way to tell people tuning in, because the show I don't think was an immediate hit. So they wanted people to tune in and realize that it's not like Full House. And they even pointed out, I think the creator was like, we did not want to be compared to other family sitcoms such as Full House. Mm-hmm. So we wanted you to know the moment you tuned in, hey, it's not about the kids. Don't worry, they're here, but it's not about them.
But yeah, and I enjoyed that, basically that sequence. I don't want to call that the theme song, though. That's the weird part. That's just talking over the theme song. And it wasn't all seasons, but yeah, those original ones, like, I love that it did tell you that, hey, and
then we even
it's not
said
about
that
the
they
kids.
Used
it's like
they used "Ode to Joy" right in the last season or something.
It's like.
So if you want to go with the original, what you're calling the theme, then I don't know exactly where I would pop this. Honestly, I would probably throw this at a C, just because I don't feel like it's that impressive.
And that's the thing. Is it catchy? Is it memorable? And like, is it as memorable as the show itself? Not really. Like, again, that's on my list, one of my all-time favorites. But
you like C? What you like putting it at C there?
Definitely, yeah. It's a C. It's strange. I would actually give Living Single a stronger C than Everybody Loves Raymond.
I can see that. And then what was the other one? Was Amos and Andy.
Amos and Andy.
I mean,
again,
like you said, it's hard to judge it not against the times.
Exactly. So given that, I'd also say it's a C. It's not as catchy to me as the Honeymooners theme, but it's very D. similar.
So we're between C and D, I would say. I would go just because of, I don't think it's going to be as memorable as a lot of these. I would really fight for D, I think, if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, I don't know. This is to because me. It's a C minus. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and think of if it's so close to Honeymooners.
Yeah.
Where are we going to put Honeymooners above this? Probably.
Yeah.
For good reason, I think so.
Yeah. So I agree with your reasoning there.
But I also don't know that I'm willing to pop Honeymooners way up at like B or A. You know what I mean? So you want to go with D?
Yeah.
You okay with that?
That makes sense. Okay.
All right.
Jay's turn. What dost thou pull out of the dear Camp 86 hat?
I got something. There it is. There you go, right there. Big middle finger for you. All right, what we got? All right. Got two. Let me rub them on the old nips for good luck.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Night Court.
Ooh, and?
You got your number one, and I got my number one.
There we go.
And Raising Hope.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. I fucking like both of these themes. Of course, I think Night Court is an all-time classic.
Yes.
The Raising Hope theme, do you remember, like, it was a little storybook, and it was just kind of like, here we go, oh, birth control, no.
Yeah, and like, when I was playing those back for my wife before, because we were, she was listening with me to the theme songs, it's like, it's like, here we go, oh, it's like, it doesn't tell me anything about the show, and
it's one where the visuals tell the story as opposed to the music.
The visuals are definitely, the storybook is telling you the story rather than the theme song.
I would say it's hard to argue that Night Court's one of the greatest of all time with the bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, you got to start with those low bass. Boom,
Boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, down.
Yeah, I think those are both fun. So, Night Court, I feel like, I would probably shoot for a B, maybe an A. I would maybe a B. What do you think on that?
You see, this is where I'm not sure, because as soon as you hear that, you know it's Night Court.
I would say it is one of the best non-vocal themes.
Correct.
We're gonna talk about a few others that are coming up.
No, but like for instrumental, I really dig the Night Court theme. Again, the reboot, sequel, whatever you want to call it, they even just took an iteration of the same song.
Yeah, a slightly different version of it.
Slightly different version, but they know, hey, that's a great song, so we should probably go along those lines. So, to me, again, is it catchy? Hell yeah. Memorable? Stood the test of time, and they're reusing it, Is it telling you a story? No. But, yeah, not all of them have to tell you the story.
What do you think?
I'm almost leaning to... I think it's put this way, it's a B+ or just A. So I leave this to you. Being that, again, this is like your favorite show, so for my favorite show, I was very real about the theme song. Hey, the theme song's not one of the best theme songs.
I mean, as an instrumental, I'm okay with A. Like I said, I could go A or high B.
Right.
If you want to go A, I'll go A.
Yeah, so this will be our first A.
Nice. Great show, great theme, great cast. Don't watch the reboot. Okay.
Yeah. Have you been watching the reboot, by the way?
I think I watched one more, and I still was not that impressed.
Yeah, I've watched 6 of them. There's one more from this week. I didn't watch it yet, but yeah, it's not getting any better. And there's like, somebody likes somebody, and it's like, I get no chemistry there. Sorry.
All right, and then Raising Hope was my other one. Now, what do you feel on this one? Like we said, it doesn't really tell the story.
Doesn't tell the story.
I feel like it would be memorable if more people had watched the show, but you also did say that you caught yourself humming the theme a lot while you were watching. Remember that?
Yeah.
On the episode that we covered the show on, you said that you kind of caught yourself.
Well,
the
weird thing was later on when they were showing the show, like in the
yeah, they skipped it a lot.
They basically skipped to like the last chord. It's like bang, and it's like okay, bang.
Maybe that was just Hope throwing up. Blah! Raising Hope. Talk about raising your lunch. Blah!
Okay.
I'm thinking a C or a D. A mid C, maybe high D. It would be where I'm at.
I'm in the same boat. I put it this way: take Raising Hope theme song versus Living Single.
I honestly do think I like it better than both Living Single and Everybody Loves Raymond, but that's just me.
And here's the thing:
I think it's more fun than both of those.
Put it this way: Living Single has more of a groove. This one has more of a like you said, a fun vibe.
Yeah.
Raymond is just really. It goes along with what's going on there. But
and again, we're trying not to account for our love or hate of the show itself. The theme. Anyone listening, just so you know, you're going, how could you put any of these at, it's because we're not thinking of the show in this particular episode.
Right.
If you want to know how we feel about these shows, where can they do, buddy?
They can go back to our back catalog and actually see where we actually, as we're going along, we're giving a top list. And again, as you said, we're at 30. So yeah, you'll hear what are our top 30. given these.
So you're not thinking this falls in a C for you? You think a D?
I'm thinking it's weird. It's You know what? I think it's low C. It's a low C.
I think that's a stripper I saw in Dallas.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, low C.
Low C. All right.
Hey,
Raising
low
hope.
C, I'm home. No,
Yeah. You got some explaining to do. All right, we on to you again. Here we go.
All right, what do we got?
You ready to sing a little ditty for me?
Maybe, depending on what you pull.
A little titty ditty?
The itty bitty titty titty. Okay, I know that one. Okay.
They started a committee, I heard.
Yes.
Oh. Kids in the Hall, Death Comes to Town.
Ooh.
That was also an instrumental, wasn't it? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You got two instrumentals. Dharma and Greg.
Oh.
Both kind of tricky. I remember the Dharma one, I think, better than the other. Both are tricky,
and I it's like, Dharma and Greg, I just know it's like literally a 15-second trippy piece.
If I remember right, didn't you say in that episode that
it's like that type of that's the best way I could describe that shit. That theme song. It's like
it's very you're very close to it. Didn't you say in that episode that the same guy who wrote the Ninja Turtles cartoon theme?
I believe so. Which is
I'm pretty sure you brought that fact to the table.
Totally like unbelievable because Ninja Turtle like theme song much more memorable.
One of the most memorable children's cartoon themes probably
exactly
ever.
So it's like, okay, going from that to it's like, oh yeah, I guess we need a theme real quick. Okay, she's very trippy. Okay.
And again, very short. It was very short. Yeah. It's just her doing some arm movements, like a wavy thing, and then it pans up as they make out or so they start kissing, and you're like, okay. Right. And then the other one was Kids in the Hall, Death Come Down was also like a fun little quirky instrumental, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't remember it well.
And again, that was 8-episode show, so it's not like you watched it a million times. Some of these shows you watched 200 episodes of, and you learned that theme very well. That show, there's only 8 episodes. We watched it in like one day, and that was it. So what do you think for the rankings on these?
Rankings? The Dharma and Greg, put it this way, does it suit the show? Yes. Like the way the show is, the character, especially of Dharma. Is it catchy? Not really.
No.
Is it memorable?
Not
Again,
really.
it's as quick to go out of your brain as it is to go in. So,
like a bullet.
Those two.
The Dharma and Greg theme song, just like a bullet.
Yes, it just went through your head. The Death Comes to Sound one. I'll say this though, I remember it less.
Visually, it was very funny. Remember the opening animation on that show?
Show.
You remember the opening animation was so funny though?
Yes, the opening animation with Death on a motorcycle coming. Yeah.
Much like Raising Hope, visually tells you the story through these fun little quirky animations, shows you all the characters. It's kind of like I would say animated. It was like a South Park on acid. Like
yes, I was gonna say it's animated, but not like true 3D or 2D animation. It's more like, as you said,
paper.
It's more South Park like cut out,
papery.
Yeah.
So I mean, these are probably both gonna fall pretty low. Honestly, yes. I'm thinking DF territory.
Yeah. Put it this way, I would
say D for Dharma.
Dharma and Greg, that's a D.
Okay.
Dharma and Greg, that's a D. Non-memorable. Yeah. The only thing that I'll say is, like, again, it suits the character of Dharma. That's about it.
I don't think that Death Comes to Town's theme is much worse than Dharma and Greg. No. I would be okay throwing that in a D as well.
Yes. I was going to say, I don't think it was actually worse. In fact, I think it was a better theme song, But again, memorability, catchiness, it's like, it was more the show was catchy than the theme song. And I'll say
as
this.
In some of those characters, you might catch something from.
the outro was more memorable because it's kind of death grumbling a little bit. It's like,
oh, yeah. All right, well, let's move on here.
Okay, your turn. What goodies do you find in your magic hat?
Is that a Snickers bar? I find some chick's phone number from 8 years ago. Oh, I remember her. I wondered where the hell that went.
Let's call her on the show.
Dude, that'd be funny. Ooh.
Okay, what do you got?
I remember. I got Modern Family.
Okay, Modern Family is weird.
As much as I enjoyed the show, I don't know what the fucking theme is off the top of my head right now. Oh, and the Addams Family.
Okay, yeah. Of the two, I know which one I'd pick.
Yeah.
It ends in family. Exactly. And that family is creepy and kooky, mysterious and spooky.
They're all together, Ookie. They're Addams Family.
Their house is a museum.
When people come to see them.
They really are a scream.
The Addams Family. I mean... obviously, I think we know where Addams Family is going to go.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Is it catchy? It's the catchiest song, I think, of any of the ones that we watched. Memorable.
So we're shooting right to A tier, right?
What's that?
We're shooting right to A tier for Adam.
Oh,
right?
yeah. This is like top of the crop.
Okay, now, Modern Family, it's an instrumental. Is that...
It's 12 seconds.
What am I thinking? That's not the right one.
It's a 12-second... You want... The song, there's horns in it, there's drums, and hey. Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. It's like a lot of hey. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
Dun.
All I remember is them standing there flipping the picture.
Yeah. That's really
I don't remember the song very well.
That's
okay.
All the song is. Is it catchy? If you like to say the word hey, I guess you can say it a couple of times and it's over.
I'd rather say, here we go. Oh.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So I think this falls lower into our categories. What do you think? What bucket does it fall in? Because it's not much of anything.
It's forgettable. It's not bad, but it's forgettable. I would go probably D on this. I don't think it's horrible.
It's funny. Like listening back to these, yeah, a lot of the shows that we watched, there are a bunch of
And again, that's an example of a great show where the theme's just kind of okay.
Yep. Again, that's
so.
Yeah,
and I know
sometimes great shows don't have great themes.
We've kind of discussed too how newer shows, because they have so much less time, they focus much less on the theme song. And I think honestly, I feel like streaming has a lot to do in the accessibility of shows with how theme songs have changed, because you can just go back and rewatch all these shows. Whereas like back in the day when you had Gilligan's Island or Beverly Hillbillies, that theme song had to tell you everything you needed to know.
Yes.
Because you were just watching whatever was airing. You were watching new episodes week to week, but you weren't able to go back and just watch.
Right. And I think you're talking about the area of the story song, which we will hit on this episode.
And so many of those old shows are that too. So many. I like 60s especially. I feel like 60s, 70s, they kind of faded out, late 70s maybe, but yeah. So, yeah, okay. I'm okay with that on D.
Yes.
It's okay, but below average.
It's so funny because with these two shows, it's opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to the theme song.
I bet you there's one we're going to fight about, though.
Okay. No, I know. I'm pretty much certain I know the theme song.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Oh, Friends.
Okay.
And Full House.
Okay. Here we go. I'll do the.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Here we go. Oh. No, I'm gonna say I'll do the Friends one. I think it's actually one of the most overplayed because of its like so heavy in syndication. But it's like yeah, it's like I won't even go into the lyric part of it.
No one told me life was gonna be this way, or whatever the fuck. And they got the classic clap. Yeah, this is one that everyone knows. And again, it was a big hit outside of the show, I think. Rembrandt's correct?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, this made people actually know the Rembrandts. Now, who wrote the song? Not the Rembrandts.
Jesus Christ himself.
Yes.
Chiseled it into a tablet and sent it to the... sent it upon the mountain with Moses, or whoever the fuck was up
God.
there.
Being that you're talking about that, you did see that History of the World Part 2 just came out.
I will be watching it. I have not.
Yeah.
I actually want to rewatch the first
it
one.
Yet. I'm hoping to.
Is the first one also on Hulu then?
I'm not sure.
I have the DVD, but it's in storage. I want to rewatch that and then watch the new one, so I will get to that. Friends, are you going to argue with me on this one or what? What do you think?
No, I'm not going to argue with you. Although I will say again, because of the overplayedness in that, there's a lot of people out there that say, "Oh, this is actually one of the worst theme songs," but in a lot of things, they've ranked it up one of the higher theme songs.
I don't think you can argue this isn't an A tier, no matter how sick of it you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, put it this way, this is, to me, I think it's low A because of the overplayedness, but it's still an A.
It's like Celine Dion's Titanic song.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, that was a nice little, shut the fuck up. I've heard it 1,000
Near, far. I don't, do an eye chart. Come on, near, far.
I wish you were so far I couldn't hear this shit anymore. And then Full House is your other.
Yes, Full House is the other song. And this is where we fight. Go! No. Here's I listened to it again today. If you split it into two songs, I would say the latter half is the more catchy, more memorable part. The beginning part still, to me, feels clunky. What happened to predictability? It's like, it doesn't flow.
The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. How did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world confusing me. I know that we discussed this on the Full House theme.
Yeah.
I think that because you didn't have the nostalgia for the show, you might not appreciate it. I think this song is kind of a quintessential TV theme, especially for the 90s. A lot of these TGIF shows, if you look at the success of this show and the shows that followed, a lot of them copied the vibe and feel and sound of this song.
Well, just like every decade or so, well, not even. It's like there's the hit show, and then all the producers say, "Hey, you know what? We can make one like that. We can make one that," and you get a lot of the copycats.
And even the everywhere you look. Is it a cheesy ass song? Yes.
Oh,
I think it's catchy as shit though.
It's cheese. Yeah, like it's grand. Yeah, like
compared to the music in the rest of the show, it's a banger.
Oh god. Oh wait. Here's the serious part. It's like this is where we learn a lesson.
This is where if I was doing this list alone, I would probably pop this at an A just because I think that a lot of people would call this one of their quintessential themes for especially my generation. I think with a combination, I think that even you can go with a B on this.
Yeah, put it to me. Put it this way: the way I'd say it is, it's a low B, but I get what you're saying because of its. Again, it is part of the '90s. It is that part that it was there, and like you said, a lot of things copied off it.
And they did bring it back for the reboot.
Correct. So I'll go with a B.
Okay. And if you look at the C tier, I think it's catchier than the Living Single, Everybody Loves Raymond, and Raising Hope themes, which is where we have those at right now. So, I mean, It's got to be a step
like,
above those, I would think.
Here's the thing. To me, Living Single goes over it, but the other ones no. So that's why it's like...
I would say you're in the minority on that. I like the Living Single theme, okay, but I think that if you polled a shit ton of people, 90% of them would choose Full House over Living Single.
Yes. Oh, no.
Or they would say,
no
what the fuck
doubt.
is Living Single?
No doubt. But again, as we also discussed, Living Single didn't really get its due.
Right.
So,
and it's a much better show. So
yeah, it's a much better show.
All right. Here we go.
But again, separate the show from the theme song.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, tricky one. News Radio.
Oh.
And The Odd Couple.
Oh, dear God.
Well, the News Radio theme is just, it's inconsistent and difficult to fucking...
Yes. And that's the weird thing. To me, listening back to that one, I was surprised at, like, the musicality of it. I'm like, wow, this is actually a cool theme, but I didn't remember it. That I remember. And again, and this is where we can agree, again, because you and I definitely disagree on ranking of show, but ranking of song, Odd Couple.
News Radio, what I think it's number 2 on my list right now still, if I
believe
remember
so.
right. Something like that.
Yes.
Again, the
two or
theme
three,
song,
yeah.
even as I discussed on our News Radio episode, even the people who made this show basically say in the audio commentary, we threw it in as a filler. We thought, we kept thinking we'd get to it and change the theme, and we just never did.
Right.
And I remember on one, there was a couple cast members and with the creator on the commentary, and they were like, "All right, let's sing it together," and they're all like, stumbling,
yeah,
fucking,
it's like, what?
So, and then of course The Odd Couple. I don't think there's any argument there. I think that's one of the greatest themes of all time.
Yeah, and
Odd Couple's going to shoot to an A, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Odd Couple is definitely one of the most memorable.
And now News Radio, I'm thinking...
And it's weird, because, again, musically, it's a very good theme. But is it catchy and memorable? No. I like, when I listen back, I'm like, oh, wait, this was News Radio. It kind of sounds a little like Sex and the City. I don't know. It's like...
Yeah. I'm going D or F on this.
Yeah.
Which one are you feeling?
I think it gets the D just because of the musicality. It's
you just want to give everything the D, don't you fucking perv? Give it the D.
Give it everything the D.
All right, News Radio's going in the D tier, getting the big dirty D.
And as we also said, The Odd Couple, it was not made for the TV. It was actually because it was made for stage first, then the movie, then came. But the theme is, preserved, persevered. That's the word.
Yeah, it's funny. Whenever I try to remember it, you notice it took me a second to. I always have to remember the beginning. You can't jump into the middle of the Odd Couple theme. I feel like you have to like pull that very specific chord to pull that song out of your head.
And I think you even I don't know if you even hit the da 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 da. It's like it's like.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Ooh.
And the King of Queens.
Wow. Okay. Now these are two. Two I like.
That was your nickname in high school, right? The King of Queens.
Oh yeah, there we go. Because I listened to a lot of Freddie Mercury.
The Queen of
Queens.
Yeah, listen to him.
Now, let's see. Which
both classics, in my opinion.
I know, but both classics. Let's see, Mary Tyler Moore or King of. I'll actually go with King of Queens. Actually, on this one, my eyes are getting dreary. My stomach. Wait, is it my stomach's
getting weary?
My
back is getting tight.
Driving out on the
Sitting
Queensbow
here in
Bridge.
traffic.
On the Queensbow Bridge tonight.
But I don't care, because all I want to do
is drive on
cash my check and drive right home to you.
You see, I miss some of the lyrics, but it is, as a song, it also gives you the vibe of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you the vibe of the show. Is it catchy? Is it memorable? Yes. I think this is a really good song. I think this goes... Okay. I want to say it's, to me, a high B.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, like, it's not that A category. It's not the Addams Family. It's not the Odd Couple, where it's like, oh, okay, easily know these songs. But
definitely better than the ones we have in the C tier, so it's got to go.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Mary Tyler Moore, I think, is also one of the all-time classic shows. Again, it's highly rated on...
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each little smile and every movement you show it. Love is all around. Yeah, it's a banger for a 70s.
It's like... Yeah, like I just know the ending part. We're gonna make it after all. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's her throwing the hat up in the air. Dun. Meow. Yeah, like yes, the meow is part of the theme song. Damn it.
Pet the kitty.
I think this also actually deserves to be in the B. It's not that A. It doesn't reach that
I think it's pretty close to an A.
It's close to an A. It's a high B. But I think it just misses the A mark.
All right, yeah, I can go with that. I'll
Okay.
compromise with you on that. I think it's a B plus plus plus. That's
Yes.
for sure. Yeah. All right.
It's like by the end of the episode, I'll say, "Oh yeah, put it back in the A." Yeah. Hey now.
Man, you're all about the D and the A tonight, aren't you? You fucker.
It's one of those DNA.
Take the D and stick it in the A. God damn it! You're not ranking the actual tier names. You fucking perv.
Oh God, and of course, like doing King of Queens. Like I'm thinking of the one episode where Arthur invents a new screwdriver with the A head, but you need A-hole screws.
I quit.
Okay, which ones did you get?
I quit.
Okay,
Nick, this is where I'm going to send you my resignation.
Okay, which ones?
Guess what two I have in my hand right now.
Okay, I'm gonna say the two that you have. You have.
Guess what two I have in my fucking hand right now.
I'm gonna say 8 Simple Rules.
We already did that one.
And Partners.
We already did 8 Simple Rules.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I do not
that's
have
our
Partners.
First F.
I would kill for Partners right now.
Wow. Okay. My Wife and Kids.
Yep, My Wife and Kids.
And Head of the Class.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Head of the Class and my... Now, I remember the Head of the Class theme being shitty, and it's kind of like a collegiate sounding like instrumental, right?
It's somebody picked up a Casio keyboard and started playing like dee, 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 and like it's not till later in the song that it actually sounds like the era it's from.
Now, correct me, did My Wife and Kids even have a fucking theme song?
And that's the fun part. No.
I didn't think so. All right. Well, I sang that one for you then.
So it doesn't get an F, it gets an NA. Not applicable.
Let me do my Grammy nominated performance of the My Wife and Kids theme song. You ready? Thank you.
Yes, I was wondering when we were going to hit that one. It's like,
okay.
And I had to go through, I'm like, why am I not remember this damn thing? And I was looking up My Wife and Kids theme song, and I was getting other music from the show. But I'm like, no, that's not the theme. What the fuck? And then I looked up. Oh, it had actually no intro. It had
all right,
no theme
so
song.
Are we? Can we just throw both these in the fucking F column and move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, again, My Wife and Kids. I'll just say not applicable. You don't even have a theme.
I was like, there was no fucking theme for this show.
Nope. But yeah, Head of the Class. Very.
I'll put in parentheses no theme. All right. All right. You ready?
Yep.
I think everything left is better than both of those options. So.
Pretty much, yeah.
Here we go. Smack my ass and call me Shirley. The Honeymooners.
Oh, okay, and?
Oh, the Munsters.
Oh, okay. Honeymooners. Again.
Bing, bing, bing. Honeymooners versus the Munsters. Fight.
Celebrity deathmatch. I miss those.
I would love to watch Ralph Cramden fight Herman Munster, dude. That'd be fucking amazing.
Hamada.
Who would win? Herman boy?
Let's see. Honeymooners or the Munsters? I'll do the Munsters theme. But Honeymooners
only the Rob Zombie version.
Oh God. Okay, F. No. Sorry. Sorry
yourself.
again.
F yourself in the A, you tiny D.
You D. But Honeymooners is a classic. It sounds like Amos and Andy, but I think it was better written. And who composed that?
You mentioned it on our episode, but I don't recall offhand.
Jackie Gleason.
He actually composed the song? Wow.
Yeah, he actually composed songs. Although he couldn't read and write music, he actually...
The Honeymooners!
Yes. Even though he couldn't read and write music like standard, he would actually spell it out for people and they would write it down for him. But he came up with the theme for the Honeymooners. But we will do the Munsters, which starts with dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Fun song to do on guitar. It's a very clean guitar sound. But now, well, which one do we want to start on here? Well, why don't we start with the Munsters?
Mm-hmm.
Catchy? Hell yeah. Memorable. Again, has also lasted about 60 years or so. Does it tell you anything? No. It gives you a vibe. Mm-hmm. Definitely gives you a vibe. It's like kind of like a...
It accompanies a very hilarious opening. Visually.
Yes. So I would actually... tell me if I'm wrong. I would put Munsters in the A category.
I was okay with A or B.
I think this is a low A. Addams Family is a high A.
I can go
This is
A.
a low A.
Yep. We'll go A there, and then Honeymooners.
Now, that's the one I'm not sure of. Because, again, it's perfect for its time. So, I almost want to say this is a B because of that.
I'm thinking B or C. I'm looking at the list here. B, we have Andy Griffith, Full House, King of Queens, Mary Tyler Moore. I think it just misses a lot of those.
Yeah, I think it's a low B.
Okay, we'll go B. All right, I got The Norm Show.
Oh.
And Partners.
Okay.
All right. Well, Partners actually, the theme is probably better than the show.
Oh, the theme song is better than the show. Yeah.
He's like, Mama didn't raise no fool.
Yeah. It's not saying much, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Mama didn't raise no fool. That's all I remember though. But
Mama said.
Yeah. That was not a bad little ditty. I'm trying to remember how the Norm Show songs start.
And that's what I'm trying to remember.
Too bad that you're not as smart as you thought you were in the first place. Too bad that you had to get caught. That's not like you to lose face. So sad that you're not as smart. Yeah.
Yeah, this was, I believe, Doug and the Slugs. This was a song that Norm, as you pulled out, Norm was actually like, he loved the song, so he got the permission.
I believe it was
to
a Canadian band that he said he loved the song as a kid.
Yeah. So
he mentioned it on one of the commentaries, and I was like, "Real?" I was like, "What?" So I looked up the video, and I remember I sent it to you, and it's actually a pretty catchy little song, a little interesting video.
Yeah, it has actually a bit of a 50s vibe to it, like as far as not 50s TV show, but 50s music.
Kind of like a quartet, almost like. Because don't they do a lot of like ooh, like a lot of that kind of shit in the video?
But this is why I'm saying, yeah, like quartet. It's more doo-wop-ish.
Yeah.
And I'm Italian, so I can say that.
Doo-wop-ish.
Okay.
Fuck, I went to the doctor. How'd it go? I got diagnosed with fucking doo-wop-ish, bro.
Oh, that's a bad that's a bad case of doo-wop-ish if I've ever seen. Yeah.
My baby's got a fucking case of the doo-wop-ish.
Damn. My baby's got the doo-wop-ish.
We do not know. All right, let's see here.
So,
Partners, not the best, not the worst.
No. It's not an F.
I'm going C or D here.
Yeah, and that's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking that there's a lot of things to dump in D, and I think it's one of them. Again,
you think
it's
so?
Not bad, but when you look at some of the things in D, actually,
some of the D items I think are worse than this. To be honest, 80s Show, Amos and Andy, Dharma and Greg, Modern Family, News Radio are all in D. Do you think this is worse or equal to those, or better?
I want to say equal to.
Okay,
it's not worse then.
We'll throw it in the dirty D. All right, and then Norm Show. I'd probably shoot for a C on this one.
I totally agree with you. It's like, I think to me it's a middle to low C, but C nonetheless. Let's see. I'm looking on my list, like, okay, what can I still get stuck with?
Ooh.
I think pretty much everything else is something that's...
You got doozies here.
Yeah.
Different Strokes.
I was just thinking. Okay.
And F Troop.
Oh my God. Okay. 2 great sitcom songs. Again, off the top of my head, I forget who wrote the F Troop theme song. And season 1, you got the version with lyrics. Season 2, you got the instrumental version.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That is weird. And season 1 was black and white. Season 2 was color. Different Strokes. What sitcom TV dad wrote the Different Strokes theme song?
I believe you told me it was Alan Thicke.
Yes,
right?
It was. Alan Thicke actually wrote the song. He wrote the lyrics
did buy.
And he wrote the music.
I found on eBay for $30 the complete series of Growing Pains. It's on its way.
Oh, nice.
I'll be watching
I
some.
picked up a few recently too. I picked up MASH, Laverne and Shirley, and I actually picked up Police Squad.
Nice.
So we can finally do that.
Which one are you going to sing for me?
So I'm going to actually go with Different Strokes. I kid in the 80s there. It's like, and now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. And then, yeah.
A man is born.
And a man of means. And along come two. They got nothing but the genes, but they got different strokes.
Different strokes.
And again, as
don't put
you
different strokes
out,
in the D, you fucking perv.
Hey, that's a very different stroke. But as you pointed out, where did the saying "different strokes" come from?
Yeah, it came from a quote from Muhammad Ali,
who was a great guest on the show "Different Strokes." Well, what if I think
different strokes for different folks?
Yes, which then of course got used in other music, like Sly and the Family Stone used it, and "Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again." That's one word.
I dated this girl one time. She lost half of her hand in a mechanical accident.
Ooh.
She gave some real different strokes.
Oh boy. Ouchie.
It's a real 2-finger thing. Just kidding. The F Troop theme also great.
Classic.
Yeah.
And like again, without doing the lyrics, it's like dun 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 dun.
The end of the Civil War was near when quite
A
accidentally.
hero sneezed abruptly
ceased, retreated and returned to victory. Yeah, great fucking theme. All right, so which one?
Which one do you want to hit first?
Where do you want to pop Different Strokes?
Hey, Different Strokes is kind of one of those. To me, it's like a perfect sitcom theme song. Is it catchy? Yeah. Is it memorable? Yeah. It's. I think it's still memorable. Is it the caliber though of an Addams Family? Is it the caliber of an Odd Couple?
Not quite.
Not quite.
Barely.
You're
feeling B?
I'm feeling this is a high B.
Agreed?
Yes.
I wrote Different Storks. That's a different show.
Yes. Different storks. Vlasic takes different storks to sell their pickles.
And what I realized not until after we recorded and when I was putting the show up, it's not Different Strokes. It's different.
Different Strokes.
Like with an apostrophe. It was a DIFF apostrophe rent, basically.
Yeah, RNT. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so we got Different Storks there in B.
Different storks.
And then F Troop. I mean, what do you feel?
If anyone out there is great with Photoshop, please, I want to see Different Storks. Please post it on our page.
What are you feeling on F Troop? Definitely not an F tier.
No, definitely not an F tier. Again, is it catchy? Yeah. Memorable? Also, yeah.
Are you feeling a B on this as well?
I think this is also a B.
Yeah.
I think it's a little lower B than Different Strokes, but close enough.
All right. What do I got left here in this fucking shithole? Let's see.
Well, you still have one that's using an existing song.
This is one that I was worried I would get because I don't know that I remember it exactly. And I got the Oblongs and the Bob Newhart Show.
Okay, and that's the one you don't remember much.
We talked about on the episode, the Bob Newhart Show. The theme is like literally 3 different fucking songs stitched together.
It is, and it's almost like they want us kind of ride a couple of different like genres of music while doing it.
I think it
starts out jazzy, and then it gets a little catchy, then abrupt.
I know there's a part of it I like. Do I remember it? No. Do I get a nice warm feeling when I hear it and go, oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Oblongs though.
Okay.
Because it's more fun, and I remember it. Oblongs, oblongs, down in the valley where a chemical spill, boom, 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 came from the people living up on the hill. There's a family by the landfill with hazardous foam in their happy, glowing home. Oblongs, oblongs. Yeah, that's a fun little ditty. And again, it tells you what you need to know for the show.
Exactly. That is a great story song. Mm-hmm. Now, here's a question for you. Do you know who did that theme?
Did we discuss it on the episode? I don't recall.
I'm pretty sure we did, but it's a known group.
It was Prince. Prince wrote it.
Yeah, there we go.
Prince actually collaborated with Michael Jackson to do the Oblongs theme. A lot of people don't know that. I mean, it's one of those weird TV facts that people just don't talk about. You would think, everyone knows the Bartman and Michael Jackson. They don't know about the Oblongs. I'm just kidding. Who wrote the Oblongs?
They Might Be Giants.
Oh, yeah. We did discuss that.
Yep.
That's one of those groups that I always kind of forget exists, but every time I hear them, I go, "Oh yeah, I like them."
They're definitely one of those "oh yeah" groups.
Did they do Istanbul? Was that them?
Yeah, Constantinople. Yeah,
Istanbul was constant. That'd be a good TV theme. I wonder if that's. Been used.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, now you got to make something that fits it now.
No, I'm good. That sounds like work. I don't fucking do work, bro. Singing the Oblongs theme for you is the most work I'm willing to do right now.
There we go.
Okay, so now the Bob Newhart show, remind me if you know what it is, because I don't really remember how it goes. And I want to hear all 3 different fucking versions of songs mixed in.
And that's the thing. I wouldn't be able to do. It's like da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. It's like it starts out with this weird jazzy thing, and then it goes into. I'm trying to remember. The catchy part is. Damn it!
You just listened to it today.
I've got Mary Tyler Moore stuck in my head because I think it has like a little bit of that type of thing in it. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, but I do remember who.
I think
wrote
I'd rather have Mary Tyler Moore stuck in my head than Bob Newhart. That'd be
awkward. Oh, come on, Professor Proton.
So you can't do it either.
No.
All right. Well, I think that tells us a little bit about what we're going to discuss here.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you want to put the oblongs?
Oblongs, I think, is a happy C. What do you think?
I can go with that. Yeah, I'll agree with that. It's right there with Raising Hope and a little ditty fun, not that too, right there with the Norm Show, not too important, but kind of fun.
No.
All right. And then, I mean, the Bob Newhart Show, an amazing show, but the theme is kind of lost on me, honestly.
Yeah, it gets too disjointed for me. But like you said, if I hear it, I'm like, oh, cool, Bob Newhart's on.
Yeah.
But again, can I say like how it goes? No.
I feel like I want to throw it in the D, but I almost feel like it's an F, honestly. If we both can't remember it and you just listen to it, right?
I know, I just listened to it. I want to say D because it definitely has the musicality, especially since who was the person that wrote it?
Remind me.
Garfield.
Oh, Lorenzo Music?
Lorenzo Music wrote the music.
I knew that he was named Music. I also didn't remember that he did music.
Yes, yeah, he also did music. So yeah, Lorenzo Music actually did
little known fact about Lorenzo Music, he hates Mondays and loves lasagna. So all right, well, I got Bob Newhart show here at D. Hanging out in the D. D's Nuts, Detroit. All right, is this it? This is the last 2.
Okay.
Hat is empty.
What do we got there, Jay?
The lovely Deer Camp 86 hat. Look out for that movie coming soon.
Oh, well, and what characters should they be on the lookout for as well?
Buck.
Okay.
I said that if my character ever had a brother, his name should be Dough, but Dough.
Okay, I like it.
I texted the director that the other day, and he left. Okay, the last 2 you have. Freaks and Geeks, which we just covered. If you want to know how we feel about Freaks and Geeks, go listen to that episode last week. And That 70s Show.
Now.
What a debate.
I know. This is so weird. Okay, which one? Because one
kind
is
of both filled with 70s music.
Correct. One is a one is a direct actual. They used an existing song.
They took a very popular song from the charts at the time, and
yep.
Is that song show appropriate for the show that takes place in 1980, or was that later 80s?
No, I believe it is either late 70s or early 80s. It might actually be late 70s.
Okay, and that was what's the name of the song?
Bad Reputation.
Bad Reputation
by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Mm-hmm. And that was one of the very few that were, like we said, the Norm Show. That we couldn't really remember if the Rembrandts came first or that song hit after Friends, but
right.
One of the themes that are actual song.
You know what? The Rembrandts one, I did read a little more, and
who taught you to read, boy?
Hey, the song was written. The song was written for the show. They just needed a band to do it.
Oh, really?
From the Warner Brothers label, the only one that was available at the time, because they wanted REM at first. REM could not, so they got the Rembrandts.
That song was written for the show and then expanded to become a huge hit like that?
Apparently.
That's actually impressive. I'm glad
Yeah.
we put it in the A rank now.
Okay, so Bad Reputation from Freaks and Geeks, or That 70s Show. So,
Which we did say on that episode, it is among our favorites.
Yeah. Hanging Out. Let's see. Well, the bad thing is, like, I'm bad sometimes with lyrics, so.
Hanging out down the street. The same old thing
we did last week.
Not a thing to do. Without you.
We're all right. We're all right. Hello, Wisconsin. Yes, That 70s Show, I think, is a classic theme song. As you also pointed out, originally done by a different group, but I think it's from second season on, was Cheap Trick.
Yep.
I think that's one of the catchy...
Puts you right in the mood.
Memorable. Yes, put you in the groove of the 70s. So, I would say that's an A.
Yeah, I agree. It just fits so perfectly with the show. It's such a compliment to the show.
Now,
even more than a lot of these other great songs.
Yeah.
Like the Night Court theme is amazing, but is it necessarily connected to the idea of a night court? No, but it's an amazing fucking theme.
Right.
I think That 70s Show checks all of the boxes, even without being specifically referencing characters or anything like that.
Right.
All right, and then
Bad
the other
Reputation. Don't give a damn about my bad reputation.
Great song.
Awesome song. Awesome
Right.
song. I think it also, that opening for Freaks and Geeks, it pairs well with what's going on. Yeah, they're doing school photos.
Again, not written for the show, but
No.
makes sense as a theme for the show.
Yeah. So this is a weird one for me because, again, it's a great song. It goes well with the show, but at the same point, like, do you give it like a bit of
Do you give it the credit for being
right? Do you give it like a slight demerit for? Well, it's not an original for the show. Again,
I wouldn't call it a demerit. I would, well, think though too. If I had any shitty sitcom that I made for me, I could pick an amazing fucking song. I could pick
Right.
Bohemian Rhapsody to be the fucking, and it's gonna go, wow, that's one of the greatest songs of all time. Does it necessarily mean it's perfect for my show?
Right. And again, like I said, it's perfect for that opening sequence. It gives you a feel of like you're just going into the 80s. But I almost want to say it's a high B because of that.
I agree.
Like as a song itself, I think it's in the A. But as a sitcom theme song, I think it's like a B plus.
All right, popped it right in the B's there. All right, let's go over these real quick.
Okay.
So in the D tier, we have...
Hey.
the F tier.
We have Fs.
Sorry. All right, so we have 3 shows in the F tier. We have one with no theme really whatsoever.
Yes.
My Wife and Kids.
Not applicable.
So it just falls there for fail. Head of the Class and 8 Simple Rules. Do you still agree that those are all Fs?
Yes.
All right,
I
agreed.
agree those all are Fs.
D, we have The Bob Newhart Show. Great show. I think the theme is forgettable. Partners, News Radio, Modern Family, again, same as The Bob Newhart Show. Kids in the Hall, Death Comes to Town, Dharma and Greg, Amos and Andy, and That 80s Show. Do you still feel strongly those are all D tier?
Yeah. Okay. I'm almost gonna argue for one.
Oh.
To drop to F.
Oh. Okay. What you got?
That 80s Show. I like the more I think about it, it's like, yeah, you got a feel of the 80s, but it was so. Yeah.
I would only argue with that looking at the 3 that are in F and realizing how forgettable
that's
and not relevant.
That's kind of.
I think the only thing that keeps it dangling there in the D is the fact that it is 80s.
Yes. And it tells you that it is 80s.
And that's the only thing they could have done to save themselves from falling to it. I think it still does belong in the D.
No, agreed.
Okay.
You thought I was going to pick one to actually go higher. It's like, no, I think that one should go lower.
I was thinking you were going to pick just because maybe you like the show, maybe because I know you love Modern Family, so I feel like it might have been hard for you to put the theme there, but the theme isn't that great.
That's the thing. The theme itself isn't that great. If you hear it, Modern Family's on, but that's about it. It's not like, I'm going to sing you the Modern Family song.
It's accepted by association.
Yeah. Again, if you like the word hey, you get to sing it a couple of times.
C tier. You ready to go over C tier? All right, we got Living Single.
Okay.
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
Raising Hope.
Right.
The Norm Show.
Okay.
And The Oblongs.
Yeah. When I look at that group, I think that is kind of like mid-pack.
As the kids say, that you're very mid.
Yeah. The strange thing is, I'd almost give Oblongs a C+. Like you're almost there to be, because it's a simple story song.
And honestly, even looking at the competition there, Everybody Loves Raymond, I could probably drop that to a D if I really wanted to, but I mean, I think it's just barely a C.
Yeah, it's a barely a C. The thing is that the theme goes through the rest of the show, and it fits it like a T.
Yeah, you're right. It's used for more than just the opening. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, and then the B tier we have the Andy Griffith Show, Full House, the King of Queens, the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Honeymooners, Different Strokes, F Troop, and Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty comfortable B tier. Those are all great. They're all great themes. They're not the best themes, but they are very close to it, I would say.
Right. There are a couple in there that you could argue.
You said you would argue Full House probably a little lower, but...
Right.
I think that this is a pretty good... I'm actually kind of surprised at how evenly a lot of these fell. I thought we would be cramming more into the D or the A hole. I mean, I didn't leave a hole in the A, don't worry. All right, and then A tier, we have Night Court, Addams Family, Friends, The Odd Couple, Munsters, and That 70s Show. So A, grade A, top tier of the themes we've covered. I think I agree with all of those.
I do as well.
We did it! Wow.
Woo!
Now, perhaps we get a few more shows under the belt. We start coming back to this, and maybe we can do a little more of this.
Yeah,
I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Same here. And I just as a preview of again, this isn't to say we're going to do them right away. What are some of the other shows that you think have some of the best theme songs of all time?
Okay.
Or like some of the top theme songs?
I would say like catchy and fun are things like your Beverly Hillbillies, your Gilligan's Islands, as I mentioned.
Right. Those are the story ones. And
again, you mentioned I Love Lucy. I think that's one of the classic themes. Not there originally. I think that is so weird.
It is.
That
it is very
that heart
strange.
on satin was not there in the beginning. So, God, I mean, we haven't even gotten to some of my favorite shows like Married with Children with the classic Sinatra.
Yep. Again,
I think it's hard to beat
an existing song.
A brilliant use. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect for that show. And it's one of those contradictory. It's perfectly contradictory, which I love.
Exactly.
Yeah. What else we got? Roseanne, I think, has an amazing theme.
Yeah, Roseanne.
That classic harmonica. Fucking.
You see, to me, we haven't gotten in some of the great like Norman Lear shows, Gary Marshall shows. Like
All in the Family, Jeffersons.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you want to tell them what we're covering next episode since you mentioned Norman Lear?
We actually are going to hit a Norman Lear show next. It is Good Times.
Good Times. Do you remember did you watch Chappelle's Show?
Yes.
There's the classic bit. Well, I mean, I think every bit on Chappelle's Show was probably classic, but the one where they have like the white people on the game show and they are asking them black questions, and he asks them about the Good Times theme, and he plays the clip, and he goes, "What do they say in this theme?" And he's like, "Remember that?" And he's like, "I think it's hanging in a chow line." The guy's like, "What the fuck is a chow line?"
Keeping your head above water.
I think even one of the black guys was like, I never fucking knew what they said there.
Temporary layoffs.
Good times. Easy credit ripoffs. Good times. Yeah.
But
was it hanging and surviving?
But that's the thing. It's like some of these shows I think have some of the classic like theme songs. So
ain't we lucky we got 'em? Theme songs.
Well, I'm happy with this this ranking of the theme songs and just covering a little more about them.
You let us know in the comments below if you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube. I'm not positive I'm going to do a video on this, but if you see it on YouTube, hey, I did a video for it. I might splice in a few of the songs. We'll see. And I know that YouTube don't like that. Don't like when you put all these songs in.
Hey, it's the 3-second rule.
That's why I figured we'll sing them. That way they're off key. And then
Right.
they can't copyright claim. What if we sang one of these songs so good, though, that they copyright claim it? I would take that as a compliment.
There we go. That is that like the you remember the Animaniacs?
Animaniacs.
Okay, yes, you don't remember that show. But anyway, the guy that does the voice for Wacko Warner, he actually has a band that does like hair metal mashups. Like it's like hair metal with pop. And he does what the hell was the song? I was just thinking, Don't Stop the Sandman. It's Don't Stop Believin' with Enter Sandman. He basically got a cease and desist from Journey saying, "Hey, you sound too much like us."
One of the best nights I ever had. Back in my bar days, we did karaoke a lot, and I remember me and my friends were getting kind of sick of doing the same old shit. And we were at a different bar, and we pulled the karaoke book out, and he had a whole page of theme songs. And one night,
nice.
We just went up there and did theme songs all night on karaoke.
Oh, that's awesome.
We were the hit of the fucking bar that night. People were fucking loving it. But because they're so short, he also would let us do like 2-3 in a row because we did like the Jeffersons, Full House, Family Matters, all these different classic fucking themes. It was very awesome. But the bar, I think it was I did like the Fresh Prince theme. And I remember everyone in the bar just the first one turned around looking like, what the fuck? This guy's doing the Fresh Prince theme song.
I think for me, doing karaoke theme songs, I've done a couple of strange ones. Those were the days. Doing the Archie and Edith. And then
you did both?
Of course,
You did both parts?
Yep.
Oh my
God. I have a very strange voice that can change.
Archie!
But I did that, and I also did The Muppet Show.
Oh. Is that the Mana? Is that just the song in the show?
From
what was
Muppet
the actual
Show.
theme?
Yeah. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights.
Yeah.
It's time to meet the Muppets on The Muppet Show tonight. Boom, 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 boom.
Wow, it's been a while since I watched that one. Does that count as a sitcom? Can we cover that?
No, I think that's more of a variety show.
A variety show?
I know.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a variety show special someday.
Although, you know what? Hold on a second. Hold it.
All right. I'm holding it.
Oh, hold on. He's going back to the D list.
As a celebrity, I'm far below the D
Muppets
list.
did have a sitcom.
Oh, no. Muppet Babies?
What's that? No, not Muppet Babies. A great show, by the way. But no, the last incarnation there was a show on ABC. I think it was just called The Muppets. It was basically an Office style, documentary-ish sitcom. So there you have it. Yes, the Muppets did do a sitcom.
My ex-girlfriend used to call me Gonzo. I can't imagine why.
Was her name Camilla?
She always stood around the corner and said, "Okay, let's do it." Is there anything else you wanted to touch on besides my old gonzo friend?
No, well, if you are watching this on video, Jay and Nick, Sitcom My Face, a situation comedy podcast available where you get your podcasts.
Everywhere. You can't escape it. Trust me, I've tried.
Right. And again, our usual Twitch thing. I'm twitch.tv/netnick191. You are?
Twitch.tv/bidwellfog, baby.
Again, facebook.com/sitcommyface. Twitter, at sitcommyface. And where else are we? Oh, sitcommyface@gmail.com.
Go check out Nick's other great podcast.
Although I haven't been doing much lately, but
that's all right. You got a backlog; they can catch up.
Yes. Check up on the on What Exit Jersey Stories and listen to former Met, Yankee, and Cincinnati Red Todd Frazier, also Little League World Series hero, or have us talking to actually the head writer for Mystery Science Theater and the Daily Show, Elliot Galen. Two Jersey guys.
If you are a Scream or a horror fan, I will be dropping a almost 2-hour long review with a buddy of mine about the new Scream 6. We just went and seen that yesterday, and we recorded a show about that. So I'll probably drop that right before this one. So if you're listening to this, go to the previous episode for that. And if you like gaming, besides Twitch, I also have my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/bidwellfog. You'll see Noob Sweat with JJ Bidwell, and that's my gaming channel.
There we go.
And I waste so much of my life on PS5. So
and if you're into gaming and you like horror, I guess watch the Saw movies. Yeah.
And play a game.
So
Ghostface and Jigsaw both like to play games.
That's true.
I don't know who wins, but it ain't gonna be you.
I was gonna say now I want to see a little like a Mad TV SNL skit with the horror game night, with Jigsaw and Ghostface.
I have a Simpsons version of the Game of Life. I would like to see a Ghostface version of the Game of Life or Death. You draw the card instead of having two kids. It's like, your second cousin was murdered. Ah, fuck.
Damn it.
Your phone rings. No.
Don't answer.
Well, yeah, check out that review and let me know what you thought, because I'm interested to discuss it a little further.
Yeah, and what are your top theme songs?
Yes, for sure. And what shows do you want us to cover?
Yes. Yeah. Again, good times next time.
Good time. All right.
So, for Jay and for me, Nick, what do you hope the folks out there do, Jay?
I'm going to lay down, you pop a squat, and sitcom my face, baby.
Good night.
Good time.
Bye-bye.